Western political systems have got nothing whatsoever to do with advancing high-quality people who want to serve the public.
The way the leaders are elected and selected in a country tells a lot about the country's democratic system. So comparing China and probably the US, how do you see the difference?
China's system is based on consultation and cooperation and consensus. And the people who flourish are capable people, trained people, people who genuinely want to serve the public. China's system doesn't encourage people who just want power for the sake of power. And that's where the fundamental difference lies. Because Western electoral systems are based on confrontation, conflict, and competition. Most normal people do not enjoy confrontation and conflict. But there are people who enjoy conflict and confrontation. And the problem with the Western political system, that electoral system, is that that is the kind of people who flourish in Western so-called democracies. And that's before you even start to talk about the financial side and how money corrupts politics in the West. Western politicians, they have huge teams of people surrounding them whose job is not to find out what people need and to work out how to give them what they need. It's to manage the media agenda. The most important assistants to Western politicians are their spin doctors. These are the people who are key in the political process. But that isn't how the whole Western system operates.
So does the US system give the people the chance to vote for the best person, or is it just a chance to see who is the best at marketing?
The Western political systems have got nothing whatsoever to do with advancing high-quality people who want to serve the public. It's remarkable how many Westerners spend so much time hating the government.
The polls have shown that a majority of American voters are not happy with their government and believe their system of government does not work. So if democracy doesn't work for the people, is it still a democracy?
You have dreadful poverty. On the one hand, you have huge wealth on the others. You have third world levels of deprivation. You have racial and other social tensions. You have a massive amount of crime. So if you want to look for models of democracy, then I don't think the US is the right place to look. But I think there's a more important and interesting way of looking at it, which is this. There is not one single example in the whole history of the planet of a poor, underdeveloped country that became a Western-style democracy and went on to enjoy success and prosperity as a result. There's not one single example. Western-style democracy does not create prosperity. It never has, not once. If Western-style democracy is such a great model for poor and underdeveloped countries, then why hasn't it ever worked? No poor, underdeveloped country has actually made Western democracy work. It's not the right model. There has to be another model.
Do you think what China is experimenting with itself is in fact a new and effective type of democracy?
Yes. If you'd asked me that question 20 years ago, I would just have assumed the usual Western arrogance and ignorance. Our model is much better. Having been here, having lived in the country, having actually looked now at what the system is and how it operates, I would say the opposite. In the West, you always have this confrontation that normally it works itself out into a two-party split. And it's very difficult to make progress when you've got that situation. So China's model is about mobilizing vast amounts of resource and getting them all working towards the same end. And once China has worked out what they're going to do, everybody is moving forward and supporting it.